Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about how the new Fixa system works because a lot of people are very confused on how it actually works and how to upgrade your Fixas to the next level. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to showcase is the old Fixa system, or the Fixa transfer system, is still there. As you can see here, transfer preset skills is still available, so you can still transfer Fixas. So for example, let's say that I don't want a Fixa guard level 4 over here, I can exchange it with my Fixa performer level 4. So when I click on yes over here, it lets me select whether I want guard, whether I want performer, or whatever Fixa that I want. You're still able to transfer the Fixas over. However, do keep in mind, if you want to transfer Fixas, they have to be of the same name. So for example, Ephitus Armor Arga. I have to use another copy of the Ephitus Armor Arga of the exact same name in order to transfer the Fixa. So this means I can't use a regular Ephitus Armor. I can't use an Ephitus Armor Belta or a Sheza. It will not work. That is the old system, the transfer system. Everyone should be pretty familiar with this. However, today we're going to be explaining the enhanced preset skills over here. So the thing about the enhanced preset skills is you can add Fixas onto your weapons even if you don't have a Fixa. As long as the weapon can be multi-weapon together, you can use it as a material to try to get a Fixa on it. But something that a lot of people don't know is your Neo A weapon can be multi-weapon with a Neo J weapon. So even though technically they're different weapon series, you're still able to multi-weapon them together, which means you're still able to use them in order to enhance your Fixa. So for example, let's just use our Neo J sword over here as a material. You can see that, hey, my Neo A is going to be the main weapon or the base weapon, and I'm using the Neo J weapon as a material, which is going to give me a 10% chance to get a random level 1 Fixa on my Neo A gunblade. Alright, now unfortunately we don't have any success rate boosters or any item preservers at the moment. Maybe with the new AC support scratch coming out in like 2 weeks, we might get new items that give us success rate boosters as well as preservers in order to protect any of our materials. But something I want to make very clear here is even though it's a 10% chance of success, it cannot downgrade, and if you fail, you only lose the material, alright? You will not lose the base weapon. The base weapon's always going to be there. So as you can see over here, we're simply going to gamble over here. We're going to click yes, and let's hope that it's a success, and it failed. So unfortunately, it did consume that Neo J weapon that we used, and we don't get a Fixa on our gunblade, as you can see over here. But let's try one more time. We'll try 3 times, and hopefully one of them will hit, right? So here we go, attempt number 2, and failed again. And here goes the third one. Now do keep in mind, it doesn't consume that much. It just consumes the material as well as 500 Meseta. It doesn't require any other minerals, which is why I'm okay with failing all of this. Okay, all right, so we got Fixa Termina 1. This is actually pretty dang good. So we got Fixa Termina 1 on the Neo Astrian gunblade over here, which is really nice. So what we can do right now, if we want to upgrade our Fixa Termina 1 to a Fixa Termina 2, is we need another material with a Fixa 1. So for example, when we go over here, let us go enhance preset skills, our Neo Astrian gunblade over here, and we have another material, a Neo J Talus over here with a Fixa Fatale level 1. Now it doesn't matter what the Fixa is, as long as it's level 1 and as long as it can be multi-weapon with that weapon, you're able to use it as a material. So we can see over here, we now have a 10% chance to upgrade the base weapons Fixa from Termina 1 to Termina 2. Now the very important thing is you want to make sure that you get the right Fixa on your base weapon before you start doing this, because well, you don't want to upgrade the wrong Fixas. So Fixa Termina 2, 10% chance, let us see if we get lucky. Bada bing, bada boom, we failed. Unfortunate. So that is how the enhanced preset skills work. However, keep in mind, you do not want to do this with your 9-star rarity weapon. The reason is because this weapon over here has a 100% critical hit rate. The only Fixa you want here is Fixa Termina. The reason for this is because Fixa Termina gives you critical damage. And since you crit all the time, critical damage is going to give you the most value. All the other Fixas are absolutely worthless. Do not consider them. You only want Fixa Termina. So in order to guarantee that you get Fixa Termina on your weapon, what you want to do is you want to go to the exchange shop and pick up the weapon with 300 growth mint. So when we come over here to the item shop with growth mint exchange, we go to the katanas right here, and you can see on the second option right here, Fixa Termina level 1. So what you want to do is you want to pick this up and then Fixa transfer it onto your base weapon so that you don't need to re-augment it, or if you've been a little bit more patient, well, you can just pick up this once you get 300 growth mint. As you can see over here, I'm currently at 233 growth mint, but don't worry, you can exchange your armors as well as extra weapons into additional growth mint. So over here, for example, I don't need my octo armor. I can exchange both of these octo armors and I'm going to get 50 growth mint. So I'm going to confirm this, boom. And now you can see I have 283. So that means I need a little bit more growth mint. So let us exchange our weapon over here. Let's exchange the sword, right? We don't need the sword. So exchange that and boom, we got more growth mint. So now we can pick up our katana, bang, bang. You can see I have 308, only requires 300 growth mint. Exchange complete. So now that I have a spare katana over here with Fixa Termina 1, I can transfer the Fixa Termina 1, which gives me critical potency plus 6%, which is 6% critical damage, onto my fully decked out weapon, so I don't need to re-enhance and re-augment another weapon. So in order to do that, it's going to be fairly simple. We come over here, we're going to go to transfer presets, we're going to select our base weapon. So our base weapon is the fully decked out weapon that we don't want it to be destroyed. Then we're going to select the material, which is of course going to be the Fixa weapon or the one that we want to get rid of. And we're going to say yes. We're going to transfer our Fixa Termina 1. It's going to cost us 40 photon chunks as well as 40 monotite, and begin transfer. Now it's a 100% success rate, so you don't really need to put any support items or anything. You're simply just going to say yes. And boom, Fixa Termina has been transferred. So now you can see my fully decked out katana has Fixa Termina 1. So I do have 100% crit rate, and I also gain critical potency plus 6%. Very nice. However, of course, Fixa Termina 1 isn't good enough for this weapon. We want to aim for at least a Fixa Termina 3. So what is the next step in order to upgrade this? The next step is we need to get another 9-star rarity weapon. It can be any weapon that can be multi-weaponed with this series, and it doesn't matter what Fixa it is. As long as it's a Fixa level 1, you can use it. Technically, you can use Fixa level 2, 3, 4s as well, but I would advise against it because it doesn't actually increase your chances. So you want to find a weapon that can be multi-weaponed with this weapon series and is Fixa level 1 in order to try to push this Fixa Termina level 1 to a Fixa Termina level 2. Now another thing I want to show is it is not limited to your weapons. So when we go to enhanced preset skills over here, you can see over here I have a Fixa guard level 4, and over here I have a Fixa Performa level 4. What I can actually do is I can use the Ephitus Armor Arga over here, and I can use the Fixa 4 Performa over here, and I can gamble a 10% chance to get a Fixa guard level 5. So I'm upgrading my base armor over here with Fixa guard level 4 using a random Fixa level 4 in order to try to gamble for a Fixa level 5. So again, I'm just going to say yes because why the heck not? And yeah, of course it fails. So unfortunately it failed, so it didn't happen. So hopefully by showing you guys those 3 examples, you now know how the Fixa upgrade system works. Now another thing I want to point out is every 10 days you're going to be able to gamble your Fixa Termina 1 in order to try to get it to Fixa Termina 2. The reason I say every 10 days is because Clear La Ciel Exploration over here gives you 10 growth mint every day because this is a daily. That means in 10 days you'll have 100 growth mint. So with 100 growth mint, you can actually buy 2 of the non-Fixa weapons and you smash them together for a 10% chance of getting a Fixa 1, which you can use as a material in order to try to upgrade your Fixa Termina 1 to a Fixa Termina 2. But keep in mind, again, it is a 10% chance, so it is a lot of RNG involved over here. But if you're able to get to Fixa Termina 3, then you are golden. That is the sweet spot for these weapons. You can try to aim higher, of course, to get even more damage, but at Fixa Termina 3, it is stronger than a Tisha weapon. And I know a lot of people really like the Tisha weapon because it does a lot of damage, but the thing about these weapons is it's extremely consistent because your damage is always going to be the same. You're always going to be hitting critical hits, which means it's 120% of your damage. But since Fixa Termina over here increases your critical potency, so right now instead of hitting 120% of my maximum damage, I'm hitting 126% of my maximum damage, and it applies to every single hit. So please do not sleep on Fixa Termina. I know a lot of people are testing this weapon without any fixes and they're like, this weapon sucks, it does absolutely no damage. And the reason is because this weapon scales off Fixa Termina. You need that critical damage for this weapon to shine. But your crit damage doesn't end with just Fixa Terminas. You also need your add-on skills. When you come over here to the class counter and add-on skills right here, you can generate add-on skills, and the main one that you want to focus on is your fighter, because fighter add-on skills increases your crit damage. So let me just show you over here through personal. I'll show you through my character information. As you can see from the fighter right here, critical hit potency up. As you can see, my add-on skill is currently level 18 and it gives me 9% more critical hit damage. So this is actually more effective than my Fixa Terminal 1. However, if you're able to get the fighter add-on skill to level 20, it gives you 10% critical hit damage, which is going to increase your overall damage by 10%. Reason being because there is no variance. You are 100% chance going to be critting, and all of your crits are just going to be dealing 130% damage because of your fighter add-on skill of 10% critical damage. And then on top of that, you add on your Fixa Terminal, which gives you even more critical potency, and you are going to be living the good life because all of your crits are going to be dealing significantly more damage because it applies to every single hit. So in conclusion, the Fixa upgrade system isn't perfect. It's kind of grindy and repetitive because you need so many materials and it's only a 10% success rate. But the nice thing is you can never downgrade. So let's say that you do get a Fixa Terminal level 3, you're using another Fixa Terminal level 3, you're gambling it together, it cannot downgrade to Fixa Terminal 2. You are guaranteed at the worst case scenario, you're going to stay at Fixa Terminal 3. Best case scenario, you're going to be upgrading to Fixa Terminal level 4. So the upgrade system isn't that bad. I've played more punishing games such as Black Desert Online and Blade and Soul. Blade and Soul there was a chance of downgrading every time you attempted, so it was a pain in the butt. And with Black Desert Online, your jewelry would just straight up explode, or your base gear would just poof and it's gone if it fails. So yeah, it's not the greatest system. Like, I definitely would like to see more improvements with the system to make it a little bit more accessible, a little bit more easier, a little bit more streamlined, but it is a step in the right direction. At the very least, I can still upgrade my Fixas over time, but I still am at the mercy of RNG. But it's a lot better than before, where you just pray that you get the right weapon with the right Fixa so you can fix a transfer. Now, at least as long as the weapon can be multi-weapon together, you can use it as material and it still retains some value. And this is why the Neo J weapons on the market are still going for a lot of money, especially the higher Fixa ones. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.